Hey, what's up guys? This is Nicky Romero. We're here at the Instigate Studios. This is our workstation and this is where we are on a daily basis making music, and it's not only me. I'm just a small part of the studios because there's much more. Before we'll show you the entire building, let's start with my studio. This is where I work and this is where we have our sessions. So please follow. For the ones that know my old studio, it's still the same building. We just redesigned everything. So basically it looks more like a living room because I felt I spent so much time here. I wanted to make it feel a little bit like home instead of that I'm at the office. So we used a lot of wood and carpets and everything to make it feel a little bit warmer than your office. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. The most important thing about my studios is obviously the speakers. I'm very proud of the set that I have now. For me, the most important thing about good speakers is that you can hear right away what is happening with the sound. For me, that was the PMC MB2 Plus, including a sub. They gave me the best reference. So I started listening to different speakers, and these were the ones that really stood out to me, and it really felt like I knew exactly what I was doing. So these are mounted in the wall. And then I have a few like small speakers here to reference for vocals. Not really too special. It's Avantone. They don't sound great, but you can hear right away if the vocal is in the mix, yes or no. The rest of my studio really is very basic. It looks really crazy, but I kept my setup really basic. I just have a little bit of equipment here, a little bit of equipment there, not crazy racks full of EQs that I'm not using. I'm using the Ibis, I'm using the Roger Foot, the Box EQ. There's some really cool gear over there. It's like hardware that you can control with VST plugins of West Audio. I have an Avalon as a preamp and some other preamps, and I'm using the Symphony of Apogee. Furthermore, I have a setup here where you can play piano live because it really feels like you're playing a real piano with weighted keys. For me, that is important to give you the feel of playing an actual piano. For me, it's the Roland FB80 also, but you can choose anything you like, really. Just really a matter of what your budget is and how much you like weighted keys. So over here, there's a rack of synths. For me, the ones that I use the most if I play with hardware synths, it's the Mini Moog, it's the Moog, it's a Nord, and it's a Dave Smith Prophet. But you can basically pick any synth you like. They're obviously much better synths than these, much more expensive one than these. But for me, they're the best ones, the easiest ones to control if you want to have a quick, cool sound. But you can keep expanding. Look at Calvin Harris, he does it all the time. Very cool. There's some items here that really, that I stacked and saved over the years. There's like an award over there, the IMPA Award of Mexico. A butterfly, for me, it stands for freedom. Really cheesy, but it helps. But it just looks cool, I guess. Some books over there that I do not read all the time, but it just also gives a feeling. Some drinks, because that's where I am in clubs all the time. You see like bottles everywhere, and it kind of gives me a feeling of party. So it's like a little bit of everything. For me, it's a very personal space. These are the items that really make me feel like I'm at home. So that's my studio. We have another one that we can show you, and if you want to, we can go there as we speak. So this is the second studio, or basically the live room, including the console room, which for us is the control room. This is really used for live instruments, for recordings, vocalists, instrument recordings, mixing of records, and it really consists of two rooms. So come in, as Niels is working now on the mix of a song. Most of the time this room is being used either to record and help coordinate the recordings that we have on the other side, but it's also used for mixing records. It's also used for doing masters. As we have a lot of analog gear here, you can basically plug and play, and it's really easy to just get your mix starting here, as the acoustics are done pretty right, I think. We're using PMC speakers, also because we just really like the reference of it. Here's the actual recording room, and we do have a lot of mic setups depending on the vocalist that's coming. Every vocalist has its own taste and voice, so everyone likes a different mic. We use them mainly a lot, M144. We use the SM7 actually a lot too, from Shure. So it really depends on the vocalist what they want to use. We're going for really crazy, heavy microphone stands. As you can see, these are like real workhorses. But you know, the plus side and the upside really is that you can just turn it the way you like, and they will not fall down. We do have a grand piano here. It's not set up properly right now for the image, but we had to make a decision with space as well. I like Hofmann pianos. It's a part of Bechstein. I have one at home too. And this is a model that's done for studios. It's a 206. And I'm really happy with the sound of it. It's very bright. We have a drum setup, Odery. Actually, we bought this from Jorik, our A&R. He was a drummer before, just as I was, and he had one left at his house. So I said, like, why don't we put it at studios? And it looks really cool and it sounds great, so why not? The Rhodes, I actually bought this instrument when I heard the record Slide of Calvin Harris. I just saw him using it and I thought it was so cool to have a real one from 1976. So it's dope to have one in the studio. So yeah, a live room. We use it for almost everything, but especially live instruments and artists that want to record vocals. Almost every time that we're here, we're working together with Nils, the engineer here, to make it sound perfect. And I'm really proud of the team that operates it. So if you want to see more of our studios, you can. Do not forget to leave a comment below and tell us what you want to know about the studios. We have a couple of more rooms, including the radio room and some producer demo rooms, a gaming studio. So tell us what you want to see and we'll try to shoot it as quick as possible for you. My name is Nicky Romero and this is Instigate Studios. Ciao.